The common phrase goes, anything in the backyard, we don't realize the value of it. But when you leave the backyard, you realize it has so much value. So, similarly, what has happened is that people who live abroad, they miss Bharat so much that they want every possible way to connect to the roots. And IKS has become a very crucial aspect of this because one thing, of course, raising children in big cities, we were talking about the challenges. But raising children with, say, Indian origin children in other countries is the challenges are very, very different. For example, now people are talking about, say, wokeism and gender issues, right? Right from age 12 onwards, there are many states have even approved things like puberty blockers and all that. So the challenges are very different from what you have in Bharat. And for the child to grow up in that environment but still has to enshrine Bharatiya values, it means that the inner world and the outer world are constantly going to be in a conflict state. For example, the depiction of India has been always very poor in certain textbooks in certain states. So, for example, the California textbook issue was got a lot of visibility. Even many Bharatiyas had to work on that, and many people, well-meaning people, had to really work hard to point out the contrasting or very conflicting things where Indians are shown in very poor light in textbooks abroad, right? And this is constantly being fed to the children abroad, that there is a lot of fear in the minds of parents who have gone from here. See, they have gone after a certain age. They probably went after their masters. They worked there. They did not have to face this kind of a thing. But when they're raising their child there, it's a different game altogether. So they're very keen to protect their children from these influences. But at the same time, the child should be made capable of thriving in that environment also. Because when they live in the US, for example, it has a wonderful educational ecosystem. The amount of funding that's available for research, the way you engage in research, very objective scientific processes are all inculcated. They grow up to be very intelligent and brilliant children, right? So that also they have to imbibe, but at the same time there are also these elements which they have to protect their children from. So that is when the rooting in the Indian knowledge system is helping the people there, so that they know where they have come from. That identity becomes helpful, so that they become more comfortable in their identity, and with that identity they interact with the world.